Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to my lecturer Dr. Muhammad Sharafi bin Haji Ismail. My name is Muhammad Faris bin Muhammad Yunus. My metric number is 272598. The topic that I choose is Islamic accounting. So based on my research in the website, I found one article that relate to my topic named Islamic accounting, history, development and prospect by Amila Troki. So this is the content related to the point of my presentation. Okay, next about Islamic accounting. The purpose of this presentation is to explore the history of Islamic accounting from the inception through its subsequent development and anticipate future expansion. In doing so, the article will analyze the historical relevance of Islamic accounting over its conventional counterpart, which currently dominates the profession nowadays. Furthermore, it will show a theoretical and practical study of the similarities and the difference between Islamic and conventional accounting today. So the necessity for the Islamic accounting system is examined in light of the expanding Islamic economic system and the special demand of its Sharia governed financial institution. Okay, introduction of Islamic accounting. The concept of Islamic accounting system and process is not a new one, but any means as there is significant historical evidence to show the use of Islamic accounting practice as early as the time of the second Khalifah Umar in the Islamic State. So not to mention that the Al-Quran provides the basis for accounting with significant ayah required the development and implementation of accounting practice in society. Thus, the historical evidence of Islamic accounting is significant, but doesn't mean that there are no issues facing its development and implementation in the modern economic system, which is heavily influenced by Western practice. Next is history of Islamic accounting. During the time of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, accounting in the Islamic world can be traced back to a nation living in Arabia, one whose entire economic system was more or less reliant on trade and commerce. The arrival of Islam through the revelation of the Quran provide instruction in every aspect of life, including economic transaction. In fact, the basis of the Islamic economic system comes from the Quran itself, which provide example of how to conduct business in a permissible manner. The creation of an Islamic accounting system was therefore both necessary. In fact, the Quran also provide guidance on how to conduct accounting activities. Okay, next, modern Islamic accounting. Islamic economic begins to develop in the modern era alongside conventional economics, particularly due to the Islamization of some countries such as Pakistan and Iran. Besides, the need for Islamic banking and financial institutions expanded, as did the demand for an accounting system suitable for such an organization, especially one that comprehended the requirement Sharia compliance aim. Hence, Islamic accounting is its modern context that can be defined as a accounting process which provide the necessary information to stakeholder that enable them uh, to ensure that their entity is continuously operating under Islamic or Sharia law while fulfilling its socio-economic objective. Islamic accounting versus conventional accounting. To better understand Islamic accounting, it is necessary to compare it with conventional accounting, its similarities and also the difference. First is Islamic accounting have a religious base while conventional accounting have a secular base. Next is Islamic accounting is based upon ethical law originating in the Al-Quran, which Islamic law as-sunnah, but conventional accounting have based upon modern commercial law, permissive rather than ethical. So next is Islamic accounting apply full disclosure, which is to satisfy any reasonable demand for information in accordance with the Sharia. But for the conventional accounting is a limited disclosure, which is provision of information subject to public interest. Next is public accountability for the Islamic accounting, which focus on the community who participate in exploiting resources, while for the conventional accounting is personal accountability that focus on individual who control the resources. Okay, last but not least, for Islamic accounting is provide accurate information about the financial, uh, but for the conventional accounting, provide information about the efficient allocation scarce resources. So there are three general principles of Islamic accounting, which firstly is accountability, second is justice, and third is trust. Hence, there are three entity Sharia compliant that state in the article. Firstly is no riba or usury or interest. Second is no mashir or gambling. Third is no gharar or uncertainty. Next is International Body Islamic Accounting. So there is some information about the AUFI. AUFI is accounting and auditing organization for Islamic financial institution that established in 1990. So that's an independent non-profit organization that prepares accounting, auditing, governs, ethic, and Sharia compliance standard for Islamic financial institution and the industry. So the issue that I have take is from Bernama.com that relate to the Islamic accounting, a newspaper on 27 November in 2020. So the man in the picture is a chairman of the TDM Berhad named Datuk Idris Raja Kamaruddin. So the list Sharia compliance securities of the Securities Commission Malaysia state in 2015, TDN Group was excluded from the Sharia compliant list and it did not comply with the benchmark based on the revised activity where its permit limits. So therefore in 2018, TDM comply with the IDR notes and credit link according to revised benchmark. So last year on 27 November 2020, TDM be proud to be one of 715 Sharia compliance in Bursa Malaysia because TDM is one of Islamic nation that apply Islamic accounting in their management. Finally, in 2020, it has been recognized as a showing compliance company along with 750 companies in the Bursa Malaysia. In the conclusion, the requirement for an Islamic accounting system is important commonly in accomplishing the socio-economic objective based on Sharia that Islamic financial institution must be adhered to. In the Quran, there is a clear historical presence of the Islamic accounting for ties to Prophet Muhammad SAW practice. As indicate, there are differences between Islamic accounting and its conventional counterpart, which they are primarily concerned with prohibition of the interest and non-Sharia compliant activities, as well as social economic goals such societal improvement. So this not only provide Islamic financial institution with accounting regulation that help harmonize accounting process, but it's also increase their credibility in eyes of global market participation.